Hello, space pilot Mr. Cool Guy here, and I'm down to the last key card. Yes, that's right. One key card left, so that means this has to be the one that unlocks the door. Ooh. It's taken a while, but I've gotten down to it. However, I'm not sure if this will unlock it, because there's a chance that I could try it and it won't unlock the door, meaning I will have spent all that time trying all those key cards for nothing. Right? Plus, I did spend a long time studying through those key cards. So, before I test this last key card, I'm going to take a breather. Get myself calmed down from this wave of excitement, or whatever you want to call it. Because I don't want to be riding this and then try it, and then it not work. Because that would really be so disappointing. Or I could just get it over with. Now wait. Who knows, maybe the door will open, and out will come Velcor on his own. So I'll wait and see if that happens. But in the meantime, it's time for 10 more random facts you may or may not know. Starting with fact number 1. Tight squeeze. The Corinth Canal in Greece is a passageway that's so narrow, large ships need tugboats to lead them through. The canal is 3.9 miles or 6.3 kilometers long and varies in width. It ranges from 69 feet or 21 meters wide at the bottom to 82 feet or 25 meters wide at the water's surface. The tight passage was completed in 1893, and up to 12,000 vessels travel through the canal every year. Dang, that is a tight squeeze. That, man. It's a good thing they have them tugboats. Trying to navigate through that without a tugboat? Yeah, it's not a smart idea. Them tugboats are strong to pull a large ship. Man. That is incredible. Huh? No. Man, going through there, those ships probably have to say, "Excuse me, coming through." Well, let's move on to fact number 2. Shipping Stadium. Stadium 974 in Qatar, a venue for the 2022 World Cup, was built from 974 repurposed shipping containers so that it could be dismantled and reassembled in a new location after the soccer tournament ended. 974 shipping containers. That's a lot of containers, but dang, that is, it's quite creative. using shipping containers to build a soccer stadium. That must have taken quite a long time to set up. Man. I mean, you're moving that to a location. The amount of, like, semis or trucks or whatever you'd need to take 974 shipping containers over to where you're gonna build your stadium. Man, that's a lot. Well, anyways, it's time for fact number 3. No noise. Whistling in the street for a taxi was banned in London, England during World War I in case the sound was mistaken for an air raid warning. What you're saying is people would whistle loud enough to where it sounded like an air raid warning, but that implies that air raid warnings in World War I sounded like whistling. Loud whistling. Right? But hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do during war times. I mean, you wouldn't want to scare the people unnecessarily. You know, you're whistling for a taxi and people start panicking because they think it's an air raid. Right? They're like, oh, no, there's no air raid. Sorry. I was just whistling for a taxi. And everybody's just now looking at you like, really? Rolf, you were whistling for a taxi? Who whistles for a taxi during the middle of a war, mate? Right. And then, of course, it gets banned during World War I. Why? Because someone whistled for a taxi during war. Not a smart thing to do. Let's move on to fact number 4. Sunken ships. Around 50 sailing ships are buried under the streets of San Francisco's financial district. As the city expanded rapidly in the second half of the 19th century, the shoreline of San Francisco Bay was built over, burying vessels that were abandoned in the harbor by men seeking their fortune in the 1849 California Gold Rush. Dang. Like, you just built over 50 sunken vessels. Man. Like, you imagine being the one to find a sunken ship under the San Francisco Bay, right? You decide one day to start digging or whatever, or let's say you were passing over it with some sort of metal detector, right? Assuming one of the ships had some gold in it, and you detect something. So you start digging and digging, and you find some wood buried underneath, right? And you're thinking, who buried some wood? Like, what do they bury in the bay? And so you decide you're gonna get some professional people out there because you did some more digging, and this one thing is looking huge. It's looking to be a bit bigger than you expected. right? And they help you dig, and they come to find out it's a ship. It's a sunken ship. You just made the discovery of a lifetime. You're gonna be on the news, TV, in the newspaper. You could become famous. Man, that's crazy. Well, anyways, time to move on to fact number 5. Secret snakes. Calvin Bautista from New York City was caught smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants at a border crossing between the US and Canada. He rode on a bus with the snakes, which can grow to over 13 feet or 4 meters long, making them among the world's largest. So, I just don't understand why would you want to smuggle snakes across the border? Like, what were you planning to do with them? And you tried to hide them in your pants. Like, I'm sorry. You tried to hide three Burmese pythons, which are one of the world's largest snakes, in your pants, and you thought you could get away with it. I mean, I think it was quite obvious that there were snakes there, right? I mean, people would have been able to tell. I mean, I don't want to know how he thought he'd get away with that. Like, there would have been a distinct snake shape, unless he covered up with, like, layers so people couldn't see the snakes. Of course, they didn't buy them. That would have been painful. But if he wasn't wearing, like, layers of sweatshirts or whatever to hide the distinct snake shapes, then, you know what? I should probably just move on. Cause, like, yeah, I'm sure there are those, like, that's just, we'll just chalk it up to criminal stupidity. I'm not gonna go with my initial thought. Alright, time for fact number 6. Space purse. French luxury accessory brand Coperny created a $43,000 purse from a piece of meteorite that fell to Earth 55,000 years ago. A purse made from a meteorite. It was $43,000. Like, okay. You know, honestly, I suppose the price makes sense because it's made from a meteorite. I mean, it's not like it's a common thing. I mean, you know, having a purse made from a meteorite, there's only one, right? But like, still, I mean, you could just go buy a purse for way cheaper. I mean, I guess if you had it, you'd be the only one. And you could say, I got this one-of-a-kind meteorite purse. It's a purse made from really old meteorite. Right? But like, I mean, it would make for a good defense weapon. Because, I mean, if you have to defend yourself and you have that, like, hitting them with a purse made from meteorite, that's gonna do some crazy damage. That could you could probably kill someone with that. Well, let's move on to fact number 7. Unfortunate name. From 1974 to 2003, the head of the Catholic Church in the Philippines was Cardinal Sin. That's an interesting name. Cardinal James Sin would greet visitors by saying, "Welcome to the house of sin." Wow. That's that is quite an I I'm sorry. Could you imagine, right, you're going to visit this church, this Catholic church, right, you're looking for a new church. You come in to the church, right? You've heard about it, you know what they teach, right? You know, because it's a Catholic church, they're not necessarily teaching about Satanism, hopefully, right? And the greeting you receive is, "Welcome to the house of sin." Right? You're gonna pause for a moment. You're gonna be so confused. Because you'll probably say, I thought this was a Catholic church. And he goes, "Yes, it is. I'm the cardinal here. I'm Cardinal Sin." What? And you know, I just remembered, I think I went to the wrong church. Silly GPS. I'm just gonna go. How? Like, you could have chose anybody, and you chose the guy whose last name is the word sin. Yeah, I have to imagine, after they had heard the greeting people were receiving at their church, they're like, "I think we messed up. We may have chosen the wrong guy." Yeah. Wow. What a way to get greeted at church. Anyways. Let's move on to fact Number 8. Skin crawl. A 64-year-old Spanish sewer worker developed such a serious parasitic roundworm infection that doctors could see the larva crawling beneath his skin. Wow, that is... ugh. No. That is why you've got to be real careful when being a sewer worker. It's not sanitary down in the sewer. But, yikes, that is quite bad. Oof, that really sucks. But yeah. That's why you wear gloves and all the things when working down the sewer. So you minimize your chances of getting a parasitic infection. But let's move on to fact number 9. Butter River. Firefighters called to a blaze at the Associated Milk Producers Inc. plant in Wisconsin were hampered by a 3-inch deep or 7.62 centimeter river of melted butter. That's a lot of butter. To have a 3-inch river? Yeesh. Man, I'd probably need a new catchphrase. You know, like the whole, can't believe it's not butter? Well, I can't believe it's not water. It's a butter river. You expect rivers to be made of water, not butter. I can't believe it's not water. Wow. We're on a roll today with the funny. It's too bad that butter wasn't. That'd be a lot of... You could feed the entire homeless shelter with that amount of butter. Just dip some rolls in it. Anyways, it's time for fact number 10. Volcano vision. I spy with my volcanic eye. For just a moment during its 2023 eruption, Iceland's Litlaugur volcano looked just like an eye. It spewed lava for almost a month, making this photo by explorer Gunnar Freyr Gunnarsson even more impressive. He had to be in the right place at the right time to capture the rare shot. His photos went viral when he shared them online. With its black sand eyelids and fiery lava iris, it made many people think of one eye in particular, the Eye of Sauron from the Lord of the Rings films. Luckily, the volcanic eye did not pose any threat to the people of Iceland or Middle Earth. Dang, that's insane. Literally made an eye. Huh? Man, sure, imagine you're just like up in your hot air balloon or your plane, you look down below. Suddenly you see a rather large eye looking up at you, right? And you're like, what the heck is that? Right? You probably think it's some creature until you realize, oh, It's just a volcano. Huh. No, it's just an erupting volcano. Wait a minute. An erupting volcano? Right. Not that you should be flying over an erupting volcano in the first place, or being in a hot air balloon above an erupting volcano, because that is quite dangerous. Well, there we have it. There was 10 random facts you may or may not have known. What do you know now? Was there any that you knew? Then let me know down below. And hey, you have any additional information on these facts that you'd like to share, then go ahead, share them in the comments. Who knows? You may surprise the old space pilot Mr. Cool Guy. And if you liked this, then give it a like. And hey, if you want to see more and you aren't subscribed, or you keep coming back to watch more and you aren't subscribed, then why not hit that subscribe button? Yeah, why not give it a click? So that way you can be notified as soon as it drops. That's right. You can get notified as soon as it drops by being subscribed. Isn't technology amazing? Some technology is. Some functions are. And hit that notification bell if you want to get extra notified. And make sure to share this with others, so they also can have a chance to hear these weird, wild, interesting, and crazy facts. And those facts that make you question humanity. Make you ask, why? Well, I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy, and as I always say, when it comes to the facts, to infinity and more facts.